My name's Will and I'm the head grower here at Forbidden Fruit and Veg. So here we have a mix of workers. We have me as a paid head grower and we have another assistant grower and one trainee. In addition to that, we have volunteers, some of which are local volunteers who come during the week and some of which are longer stays who are called WWOOFers, called Worldwide Work on Organic Farms, I think it is. And so they stay with us for weeks at a time and we give them food and board in exchange for them having a chance to experience working outside. Usually they've come from the cities or they've come from a place where they're just getting into growing or experiencing nature and want to kind of develop their skills further. And so we offer them an exchange where we teach them what we do here in exchange for food and board. And it's essentially how I got into farming in the first place 8 years ago. When I was doing an office job, I was constantly indoors over winter in Bristol and I wanted to do something else. And so I started volunteering 1 day a week at a local farm, and then I joined WWOOF and went to 3 different places in the UK and then started going abroad to other farms. But it was an incredible way to just experience living on the land and experience it in a deeper way beyond just the occasional volunteering in the city. And it just gives you an experience of a family's life in the countryside, how it would have been before we got drawn into the cities to kind of live separate from nature essentially.
Hello, my name's Tim and I'm here picking tomatoes in the walled garden in Badminton, Forbidden Fruit and Veg. I've been here 3 years and it's been an absolute pleasure learning about how to market garden, because I think that's extremely important in this day and age when food isn't valued as it should be and people aren't eating healthy enough food, it seems, generally anymore, and there's just not that connection to the land and to where food actually comes from for most people. So about 5 years ago or so I had kind of the vision to come and learn how to market garden, and very kindly was offered a place here and loved every minute of it. And my passion is to carry on growing as much fruit and food and vegetables as possible to feed as many local people as possible, because I think local food is really the way forward, and the whole globalized kind of getting food sent across the world all the time is obviously not good for the environment, and the nutritional value's gone. I think if people can get more connected to local food growing, then the world will be a lot better place.
I'm Tim. I was a factory worker for 39 years and now I work in a care home, and I always enjoyed gardening, and I heard that up here they were looking for volunteers, and so I come along and I look forward to my 1 day a week out in the open with good company and good food, and I do 3 hours a week and I enjoy it very much.
So my name's Alina and I studied to be a physicist, and I worked on semiconductors for a bit and became extremely disillusioned with the idea that science is going to save the world, and became really hopeless and quite depressed. And having had a background in sort of like ecological activism, and also how hopeless that is, and how you can try to enforce action and nothing ever happens, I became really interested in the interface of people and land and how dynamic that is, and local communities, and how you could actually change things on a local, smaller scale, and how actually grassroots things are really important to build community, because I think community is what's going to save us all. So yeah, having finished my master's degree, I decided I wanted to grow fruit and veg, because that's sort of the only thing I've actually properly enjoyed and I thought I wouldn't mind doing full time. And I'm now here and I'm growing veg. It's all organic, it's all local, it's all seasonal, and I'm really happy.
Yeah, well, my name is Maria and I'm from Spain, and I really enjoyed this time here, and I'm gonna miss really this place because I eat organic food here, and it's something that in the city I can't afford, and it's so expensive there. It should be alright for us to have this food no matter our social class and status.
My name's James, I'm 38 years old, and I've basically spent the majority of the last 3 years living and working at Forbidden Fruit and Veg. I absolutely love it here. Growing all the food that we eat for breakfast, lunch and dinner. I love the community, I love the accommodation. Who wouldn't want to be working out here? Getting your vitamin D, I'm barefoot, connecting to the ground, soily hands, you know, all the good bacteria. You know, on a day like today, who would rather be in an office surrounded by radiation and computers? I wasn't happy in the rat race, waking up at 6 o'clock, driving an hour to work in rush hour, working on building sites in the winter time was horrendous. And doing all this to then give 20% of your salary to the government, and they just spend your taxes on 50 billion on COVID vaccines or give money to Ukraine. I just didn't want to pay taxes. I didn't want to ever get a mortgage because I lost a lot of money in the 2008 recession. And the money the banks give you is actually fake. It's just made up. They just create that money out of thin air, and then they have the cheek to charge you interest on this money. So you basically are a debt slave for the next 50 years of your life. And I started waking up about 4 or 5 years ago, and then luckily I found a website called WWOOF. If it wasn't for the website WWOOF, I don't know, my mental health would have really suffered. And thanks to WWOOF, I've travelled all over Spain and come to Britain, and I love being a farmer. I love growing my own food.
My name's Bonnie, and I've woofed here twice. Over the last few years, I've read more and more about things like grounding, which is having your body next to the earth and how healthy that is, and also the healthy effect of eating good food and food without chemicals. And so for health and for mental health, I think is really, really important. But also just for the beauty of seeing things grow over time. So when I first came here, it was February, and there was very little really to see, and there's lots of preparing, lots of seeding, things like that. And then coming this time, I couldn't believe my eyes. I mean, it was like a miracle, walking around and seeing all the things that had grown and all the land that had been taken back from scrubland or from nettles or whatever, turned into miraculously beautiful garden. And that has given me such a sense of joy and connection to the earth and inspiration. And so I'm really, 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 really grateful to be here and to have had this experience.
My name's Arnex. This is my third time at Forbidden Fruit and Veg. I really enjoy coming here. You get a really good connection to where your food comes from, and all of the food growing here is proper food, it's real stuff, and there's a good community. We spend so much of our time these days stuck in cities. You're kind of isolated from the world.
My name is Mona. I come from Switzerland, and I love to produce organic vegetables. Healthy nutrition should be available for everybody, and it's a human right for me. So this work makes sense for me.
My name's Jodie. I live on a small holding in Weymouth. I come to this place to learn more about market gardening so that we can maybe implement some of that skills back at home on our land. Yeah, I really like the idea of being able to grow more food for our community. We'd really like to help people to understand the benefits of eating organic food as opposed to chemical based foods.
Hello, my name's Jordan. I'm from Gloucester. I'm living in Weymouth at the moment. My partner's small holding. I come here because of my love for growing vegetables. I started growing during lockdown because I'm a chef, and I've been chefing for about 9 years. And in lockdown, when everything closed down, I moved to this lovely family in Devon on their small holding and started to learn about growing veg and the importance of how it's grown and who grows it and where it's grown. But yeah, so I've come here with my partner to find out how to sort of make a living out of it and how to see how it works on a bigger scale.
This is my second time coming here because I just truly loved it the first time, and I met some amazing people who otherwise I would have never have met in my circle. And I just meet people who really love the whole idea of farming or who are experiencing it for the first time like I did. It's been so much fun just to learn about where food comes from and eat healthy, and I notice it so much in my own body and my own diet and how happy I am, and I've learned so many things while being here. There's so much variety here too, and that it's such a big area to learn so much, and you're with people who know so much about these plants. And really, I would have never thought that I would be here, but I could never be happier that I did end up here.